Let the games begin. For Doomhammer.
Hopefully he doesn't have a mana worm, but if he does, I can rock biter it. I guess I'm just gonna play Flame Tongue. I don't really like playing it with only one thing on the board, but whatever.
The end is coming.
Kill that. Probably just Earth Shock it actually. Save the cards that actually do damage. Push my 4. Okay, expected hero power. Hey, Windspeaker does 3 damage. Not bad.
Out of my jungle. Ready for action.
Ah, of course he got a taunt. Oh, he's still dead though. And I mean, of course he got a 1 mana taunt. Obviously he was going to get a taunt. Well then. Turn 5 lethal.
Draw versus Malfurion. I must protect the wild. For Doomhammer.
I guess this is a curve. Zap can be pretty good with the Unbound Elemental, depending on what he does. Could have potentially coined out the second 1-2 there, but I'm not really in love with any part of my curve. If I could find something better, it might be worth it. But it might also be true that just not playing the 1-2 there is a mistake. Alright, coin Unbound Elemental. Ooh, I can't just play Earthen Might though. I think I like coin Unbound Elemental though. It's just so clean. Get to play a 3-5 and kill his dude. Can still play the Earthen Might next turn, maybe even on the Unbound Elemental. Depends what he plays here. So Earthen Might or Amani Berserker. I don't think it's a spell shifter turn. I can just throw the Earthen Might on the Unbound Elemental and then Windspeaker it next turn and get him for 10. 10 damage is kind of a lot. I think his deck just doesn't answer a 5-7. So if I go Windspeaker, I can trade these 2 in and even push a little bit of face damage. But if this guy's at 4 health, he can die to Swipe. I don't necessarily love that. I can just Lava Burst to push through this. The Overload buffs this guy. Could even like Lava Burst face and then trade here. I think I'm just going to Lava Burst it and trade off my 1-1. I saw a Power of the Wild, so this is probably a Spreading Plague deck. So the 1-1 was going to be a liability next turn.
Pay attention, class.
Teacher, probably do want to kill that. I'm a little bit overloaded, so I can't play my Wind Fury thing, unfortunately. But I can play it next turn, hopefully. Glacial Shard's pretty good. Don't have to worry about this thing. Does play into the Plague. But honestly, my board isn't too bad against Plague. Like, he's got that 4-4 taking up a board slot. The Unbound Elemental kills 2 of the 1-5s. 3-3 plus Amani kills another one of the 1-5s. Plus, sometimes I just draw, like, Lava Burst into Lightning Bolt for lethal or something. Alright, he did have the Plague. Can't say I'm happy about it, but also can't say I'm too upset. Looks like this is just a Doomhammer turn. Could have traded off the shard instead of using the 1-2 there, but what are the chances he has a second plague? If he is able to clear this board, say double swipe, then I actually don't have lethal next turn, and if he's able to follow it up with like branching paths for a ton of armor, then I'm probably going to lose this game. But my board is definitely tough to deal with. And I do have a decent amount of damage left in the deck. Spellstone's really strong here. So he's up to 17. 16, I guess. And I only have 7. So as good as my early game was, wow, that's actually really good. As good as my early game was, he's pretty dead, is what I was going to say, obviously.
You asked for it.
For Doomhammer.
Do I want to keep a Spell Shifter for turn 1? Not my best turn 1 play, but I do need something for turn 1 for sure. Especially since one of my best 2-drops is Earthen Might. But if I pick up an Amani Berserker, maybe I just play that instead. Although then that means I have to play a 4-1 on turn 2. Mana Worm might change things. Alright, I'm gonna go for this because it doesn't die to Frostbolt, so I can Flame Tongue Totem to kill Mana Worm next turn. Alright, he still Frostbolts it, but it doesn't kill my guy at least. Do I want to just play a 4-1 here so he's forced to Hero Power? If he has Arcane Missiles, I probably just lose on the spot. Amani Berserker doesn't really solve that problem at all. Could just play a couple 1-2s to guarantee the Flame Tongue Totem next turn. I guess I'll go for that. Should have put the 1-2 over here, so that if I Flame Tongue and only have to kill one thing, I trade off the 1-1. Looks like it won't matter too much. He went face, so I can finally kill the worm. That's another way to kill the worm, and probably a better one. Alright, that's a super passive turn. Definitely happy to see that. Okay, less happy to see that. Probably go for Earthen Might instead of Flame Tongue Totem. 1-drop? Definitely not a 1-drop. I do play a reasonable amount of Overload in this deck, but I can't imagine this guy being relevant. Guess I just ignore this guy for a turn. Alright, let's kill a couple of these, and then we'll freeze the remaining one. And do I want a Life Drinker or make a Totem? Life Drinker sets up lethal if he doesn't Hero Power one of my guys. But if he doesn't Hero Power one of my guys, I feel like I'm doing okay anyway. I'm just gonna Totem. Not like I have a good way to spend my mana next turn, and Healing Totem is quite good. So probably want to kill this guy. Let's just trade this guy off so we can push maximum damage this turn. Only had to miss 1 to kill that guy. No way he can deal 15 here. Man, he even had the Mana Worm. He didn't really have a great follow-up to it, though.
Thrall versus Gul'dan. Your soul shall be mine for Doomhammer.
Lots of Warlocks today. I guess I will keep the 1-drop just because I really want something to play.
We have turned our curse into our strength.
The light protects.
Squire is definitely the better turn 1 play here. I think I'm just going to play the Flame Tongue Totem, honestly. Push 3 damage here. Shouldn't be that easy for him to answer it. I played it on this side because I'm assuming I'm going to play the Unbound Elemental over here this turn. But that's probably not actually a very good assumption. Seemed like it worked out, though. Alright, so he gets his guy down. But I can freeze it, and I'm pushing a lot of damage. If I play Shard, I open myself up to Defile. I'm just going to count on my Taunt Totem for this turn. Hooked Reaver is scary. I'm kind of feeling like I might just take a casual 14 damage to bust through this. Could also just use both of my guys, push 4 face damage. I mean, how bad can it be to take 14 damage? Can't be that bad, can it? Alright, I still have Rockbiter lethal here. If he has nothing else. Coin Vulgar Homunculus, maybe?
Shields up.
Oh, Sun Fury. Dude, I took 14 damage last turn. Do you really think I'm not about to take 8?
Elements guide me.
So I can set him to 2 here if I really want. Deny the tap. But I think I'd rather play other stuff than the second Rockbiter.
I fight.
Elements
If I had set him to 2, he wouldn't have been able to play a taunt. Or wouldn't have been able to play that taunt, I should say. Ooh, rip my Doomhammer. Still showing lethal, though. That's easier, but Rockbiter was also lethal.
Thrall versus Illyria
Tremble before the might of the elves.
for Doomhammer.
Hopefully I can find some 1-drops. Alright, found a shard. Don't currently have a great follow-up to the shard, but I've got 2 Earthen Mites, 2 Amani Berserkers, 2 Flame Tongue Totems. Spell Shifter's not bad. Taunt Totem's not bad. Easiest Taunt Totem of my life. I guess the 1/1 is second best, because it at least gets in there. See if he can answer the Flappy Bird. Hunter's Mark, Puffer, Coin, plus Flanking Strike. I feel like he can't answer it though. Unless he has Coin Arcane Shot, which I don't expect in the Stitch Tracker deck. Easy Wind Fury. And I'll take the Stealth, so that I don't have to deal with the Stitch Tracker and can play Doomhammer next turn. Alright, that guy's kind of big. Probably just Doomhammer, Zap, and trade a 1-power guy into it. Let's see, there's also Lava Burst for 6. Gotta be Doomhammer Zap. Thankfully I hit the spell damage totem last turn. We don't need a second Wind Fury, so we'll take damage. And stealth. I'm super overloaded, but I have 3 mana, and I can deal 6 damage on 3 mana next turn. Damn, another one of those. Probably just run my Rockbiter weapon into it twice. Or my Doomhammer, I should say. Give me the damage. And I guess can't be targeted.
The light protects me.
So he's hoping for Rexar here, but I actually just beat Rexar. Okay, that might be better than Rexar. It's not. He's just dead to Doomhammer.